Hello. It's summer. Yeah, it's nice. It's also early-ish in the morning, so before like the heat of the day. So, um, so yeah, I think if I was to do this in the middle of the day when it was like super hot, my head would be cloudy and it wouldn't go well. So I'm doing it now. The thing with this next message that I want to get across is that I'm still early at this. I'm still a beginner at this. It's going to be rough. Two, this message is probably going to be quite dense. I'm just doing this because I think I'm meant to. This is what. Yeah, as slightly uncomfortable as I am with this, I want to. This is how I believe that I can make a difference in the world, I guess. So, today's episode is about finding God, and we all want to find God whether we know it or not. In my books and in the Bible, it says that God is love, and we all want love, and so we all want to find God. I would argue that in every movie, in every film ever made, with maybe some exceptions, every film in the world that has ever existed has been about finding God in one way or another. I would argue that because like the hero's journey and stuff like that, it's about, leaving one place to find life in another place, and then passing that kind of revelation on, I suppose. Like in short, go look it up. That's what the hero's journey is about. There are different variations to what the hero's journey is about, but that's pretty much what it's about, I think, in brief. So I reckon that every film ever made is about finding God. Considering that every movie ever is based off the idea, well, not based off the idea, but kind of based off the idea of finding God, how would it be, this is what I'm passionate about, how would it be if the people who knew how to find God, if those people started making movies? Because every movie ever is about finding God anyway, right? How would it be if the people who knew how to do that most effectively were to make the movies, were to make the stories that everybody would see? Then that would be like not only a great influence on the world, but like that would be what people are wanting. I'm not talking about Christian movies, because Christian movies have a reputation of being a bit like cheesy and naff, and the production value is only okay. But I'm talking like in big companies like Disney. Disney is probably one of the only companies that I've seen that keep a consistent record, a track record of continuing with certain values and continuing with the idea of we're trying to find God here. They might not recognize it in those words, but that's ultimately what they are doing. I've heard Bob Iger speak. Bob Iger is the CEO of Disney at the moment, and Bob Iger said that what we're not doing is playing to the masses. What we're not doing is adjusting our filmmaking styles to appeal to what's new and trendy. What we are doing is honouring the values that the company is founded on, and the way that looks like could be a little different, but we're still honouring the values that founded the company, which I think is awesome. And that explains a lot of their success because of the particular values that they're holding to. I would argue that those values are close to God, are pieces of God's nature. So that's why they're successful. Other companies such as Warner Brothers or whatever else there is out there, like Sony. Sony's not too bad, but name any other company. They're a bit up and downy. Sometimes they'll get it, sometimes they won't. But the consistency, like this works on not only like on a business strategy level, but but also on a success level, as far as like people's eagerness to consume your goods, because you're actually reflecting God in the film. So your success in reflecting God in the film will actually also equal the success of the movie. Look at Black Panther. Black Panther in particular was evidence of a culture that had a way about them that was established, that was protected, that was good, that had where everybody had purpose, and like there was a lot of good things about the culture of Black Panther, but still the protagonist was still looking for God, was still trying to find God, and he ended up saying to his father in the spirit world or something like that, that what you did was wrong. There were many good things about like my inheritance, let's say, but this one thing was wrong. So in that sense, he is trying to find God by finding what is right, and that journey was a large reason why was what the story was based around, and like the reason why we were watching, if you know what I mean. And even if that wasn't the reason why we were watching, then it was because of all the other great stuff, and all the other great stuff was showing God already found and already lived and already reflected, if you know what I mean. So that kind of stuff. Also, I might point to Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar. It's been years since I've seen it, but that was really similar. Avatar had a culture, a community where they had seemingly already found God. They had a connection to a spirit world, and they were at peace and blah blah blah. But yet there was still somebody who was seeking something else, who was seeking something better. And that being the protagonists. And both films are super successful. I want more of that. And if the culture doesn't reflect that they've already found God, then finding God is essential. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've said enough to kind of like get the point across. If there is anything I want to do in life and it is a work thing, then I think it would be this, is encouraging the finding of God in film and cinema, and helping to guide that finding. in Hollywood and in the film industry at large, and any sort of media or creativity at all, really, so that we may find God, and not just find God and reflect the fact that we've found God, but I think I just said that. Yeah, reflect the fact that we've found God. Try saying that 6 times. Okay. So yeah, that's about it. I don't think there was anything else. God's good all the time, and all the time, God is good. So that's it. As it stands, I hope that has kind of like helped in a way. My head, my heart, my hands, I run to you. Yeah. Ciao.